Position sizing is a key skill to profitability, and it is one that is very closely guided by me with the Tradelo traders to ensure that they avoid very common errors. Now, there's a couple of stages here. I'm going to take you through the 5 stages so that you understand what does size progression sound like, what does it look like, why do we make the steps between each stage. Now, if you have any aspirations of one day becoming a successful trader, you have to go through these 5 stages, and you will need to go through these 5 stages because it's not possible to make money unless you get to at least stage 4. Okay, so it's very, very important you understand this size progression. I'm going to go through it with you in great detail. Now, stage 1, ultimately I like to think of this as practice as you intend to trade. And what this means is, though, even though you start off as a trader in a simulated environment, you must trade in that environment with the exact same approach as if it was a live environment. So what does this mean? Well, look, if you plan to start trading and fund your account with $5,000, okay? At Tradelo, we always advise our traders start somewhere between 2.5% to 5%. In other words, risk 2.5% to 5% of that account. And of course, this depends on your trading goals, okay? But let's assume we go with 5% as your daily stop. What this ultimately means is that you can risk $250 per day before being stopped out, okay? Now, yes, this depends on your style, and ultimately what we then do is we say, okay, what are the products that are suitable based on your daily risk and your style? Now, in reality, $250 is not a lot, okay? And it means that you have to trade micro products. These can include things like the MES or the MGC or the MCL. There's any number of micro lot contracts you could trade with that $250 per day. The point is that you cannot have a daily stop of $250 and be trading the full contracts, okay? And this is where that whole practice as you intend to trade. Do not trade full contracts if you are going to be putting $5,000 in your brokerage account, because the reality is when you get into that live environment, you are going to fall by the wayside, okay? Now, very, very important, it is realistically extremely difficult to learn if you trade the full contracts with just $250, because in essence, that could be just one trade a day. It's very, very tight stop, so it's going to force you to trade in a specific way. You're not going to have very many opportunities, so your learning curve is going to be very, very limited. Okay, and that's why we get our traders to start on the micros when that is their situation. Okay, it's not about every trader starts on micros. It depends ultimately on how much money are you going to put into your account. Okay, now the most common mistake I see in the stage is that typically a trader will be in the sim environment and they'll just trade full contracts, okay, because that's what they've perhaps seen or learned on an educational video, when in actual fact they should be in micros because perhaps maybe they're only going to deposit $1,000 or $2,000. Okay, the problem is if you go live and you've practiced trading full contracts, when you go live and you try and trade with full contracts, you are going to bin that account because in reality, you're going to be massively over risking. Okay, I cannot emphasize enough that stage 1 is not about making money. Get it out of your head. Making money is not something we even think about until stage 4. Okay, stage 1 is all about defining your unique process, getting you set up correctly so that you can practice as you intend to trade and then take that on into stage 2. What is stage 2? Well, stage 2 is that once a trader's been in a simulated environment and they've created a solid foundation, at that point, they're ready to move into this live environment. Now, typically, our traders take about 4 months when using the Tradelo application. They will sit in the simulated environment, working with the foundational structure, working with the process of managing risk, of journaling every day, of looking at the analytics, working within the Discord community. You know, this is what they'll do for a period of 4 months, and then we transition them into a live environment. Now, the prerequisite for a Tradelo trader to move into this live environment is they should be capable of passing the sim to live challenge that is inside the Tradelo application. And this is just a 20-day challenge. It's taking all of your data, it's looking all of your trades, and it's following a rules-based approach. And it's looking and saying, look, has this trader got consistency or not? If you've got consistency, you're ready to be in stage 2. If you haven't got consistency, we'll discuss why. What is it that's holding you back? And what do we need to do to get you to be consistent so we can move you into stage 2? Now, some basic statistics you can do to measure yourself, to determine if you are consistent. You don't need necessarily the sim to live within the Tradelo application. You can do this with a simple Excel document. Go look back at your last 50 trades. Okay, not less than 50, because 50 is a decent sample size. Look at what your profit factor is on those last 50 trades. If it's not greater than 1, you shouldn't be trading with real money, okay? Moreover, have a look, 20% of your trades should have a risk reward of greater than 2 to 1. Okay, very, very important. Those two statistics, or those three statistics, those will be sufficient to define that you are ready to move from a simulated environment to a live environment. Okay, now, in the stage 2, the objective is to expose you to the realities of trading with live money, because in reality, a sim environment is one thing, okay? It's where we learn the foundations. It's where we make sure we put in place the right process and structure. Once that process and structure is defined, at this point now, we need to get you to the next learning phase, which is trading with real money is different. There's an emotional aspect to it. There's a psychological aspect to it. There's something on the line now. Okay, and what typically happens is that a trader doesn't follow that same process and structure that they worked with in that simulated environment. Why? Well, because guess what? They're nervous. There's something else front of center in their mind that takes all their focus. And as a result, we don't always follow what worked for us in that simulated environment. Okay, but this is the challenge. This is why phase 2 takes us 2 months, because we need to get that trader back to that point where it's as if he's in a simulated environment. He's capable of producing the same set of statistics that he was when he was in a sim, but now he's just doing it in a live environment. Okay, and this is kind of a steadying phase where a trader just needs a little bit of adaptation. It's not a difficult phase. It's just very much getting them used to this new thing called having real money on the line. Okay. Now, importantly, the reason why in that stage 1, or why we want traders to move from stage 1 to stage 2 only when the profit factor is greater than 1, is because this guarantees that the balance of the trading account will oscillate around the 0 mark. In other words, they'll go above the 0, they'll go below the 0, but ultimately they're not going to lose any significant amount of money. Okay, and that's important because the emphasis ultimately is not on making money. The emphasis is safeguarding on the downside, so that the trader just focuses on process. Again, this is where risk management is so crucial, because if I've transitioned to trading live money and I'm guaranteed that I cannot have a big drawdown, well, then I'm not worried about what the account balance is doing, and I'm just solely focusing on making sure my process I implement is consistent, because the more consistent I can be with that process, the quicker I can move through this stage 2 into stage 3. Okay, this is very crucial. I cannot stress enough times. I've seen so many traders make this mistake where they rush into a starting environment, into a live environment. They're not ready. They have the drawdown, and what ultimately happens is they go back onto a sim. And this is simply because they've been failed by their education. They've been failed by their mentor. You should never move back into a simulated environment if you've done this correctly. If you've made this transition from stage 1 to stage 2, you will never need to go back to the simulated environment, and you shouldn't, because it is a significant step back. Okay, and this is something that we heavily focus on with our traders. We will very seldom see a trader go back on a sim. Okay, now once you've got comfortable in the stage 2, in other words, you're comfortably trading real money on your micro lots because you're managing risk correctly and you're adopting the same process as if you were on a simulator, we're now ready to move into that stage 3. Okay, and typically it takes a trader about 2 months to settle into the real environment, and now we move to stage 3. Okay, now importantly, we don't want to rush traders into the stage 3, but ultimately trading micros for too long is not good. Okay, we very heavily discourage traders from sitting on micros for very long. Okay, I see this so often with traders. They've moved from sim to a live environment, they stay on the micros, and 6 months later they come to Tradelo and say, look, I've been on micros for 6 months. And I look at them and I say, what do you mean you've been on micros for 6 months? Why are you on micros for 6 months? Okay, we've got to get each one of our traders moving through these stages. Why? Remember what I said to you at the beginning. You do not make money in stage 1, 2, and 3. Okay, time and money is crucial in this job. So we've got to get you transitioning through the stages at the right time so that you can start making money as a trader. Okay, now very, very important, we don't want you sitting more than 8 weeks on micros, because micros ultimately mean that the broker is making money and not you. Why? Well, because micros are very expensive in terms of how much of your money you get to keep. Okay, you pay away a lot in fees, a lot in commissions, and very little into your bank account. Okay, so we want to move you quickly from the micros onto the full contracts, because once we get to those full contracts, then we can start to actually see some account progression, and of course you can start to pay yourself a wage. Now, yes, very important, we don't just shift the trader from micros to full contracts unless his account balance can handle it. Okay, I always suggest if you're going to trade the full contracts, you need a minimum balance between $5,000 and $10,000. Anything less, you need to contact Tradelo. We very closely discuss this with our traders. If you're on less than 5,000, what are our options to ultimately get you to that full contract? Okay, now very, very important, like I said, if you manage to get to the stage, you're getting very close to a significant breakthrough as a trader, because the reality is that your process by now is very dialed in. Okay, and the only difference between you paying yourself a wage or not comes down to how much you risk per trade. Okay, all traders ultimately in this phase will start with a one lot, and this phase is crucially important. What we want to see now is we want to see this trader showing some ability to showcase upside. What do we mean by that? Well, just every now and again, you've got to see the trader make his daily stop in one trade. In other words, if I'm willing to lose $500 in a day, I've got to showcase that with a one lot, I can make $500 in a single trade or in a single day. Okay, so we want to just see our traders showcase that ability to hold on to those bigger trades to their targets. Okay, because if they can do this, they are now very, very importantly, they've developed a very crucial skill, which is they can follow a process through, they can see a trade through to target. They are not so influenced ultimately by P&L. It's at that phase that this stage is no longer required, and now we need to move them out of their comfort zone, because the next step is where things change in a very significant way. Okay, so again, it's another 2 months that we sit traders on the one lot. We don't want to sit there for too long, because it is a comfort zone and there is a risk of sitting there for too long. Now, we're 8 months into this journey. Now we push our traders into transitioning towards trading 2 lots, 3 lots, 4 lots. And we do this only on high probability setups. The way to think about it, my best plays, I do 2, 3, or 4 lots. My worst plays, I do 1 lots. We start to use a little bit more of a dynamic risk approach, where we allocate more risk to our better trades and less risk to our weaker trades. Now, this comes with advanced skill, because you need to know yourself very well. You need to know your set of playbooks. You need to know the opportunity scope. Okay, there's got to be no doubt or leaks in your foundation. Ultimately, you have to a degree mastered your process. Okay, not mastered the markets, not the perfect strategy. You've mastered your process in terms of, this is where I stop out. This is typically what I expect to see. This is where I think the market's going to go to. Because what that enables you to do is say, my textbook trade, I'm going to put 3 lots on. Any other than textbook, where I've got sort of 50-50 odds, there I use a 1 lot. And it's this dynamic risk approach that ultimately enables traders to see that P&L curve to go up and to the right. Now, what I will say, this stage, unfortunately, is quite an emotional stage, because it's difficult. It's really, really hard, and it does have a lot of setbacks. It's kind of like you do this for a week or 2 or 3 or 4, and it feels like you go 3 steps forward, 3 steps back, 3 steps forward, 3 steps back, and it's frustrating, because you make $1,000, you lose $1,000, you make $1,000, you lose $1,000. But at some point, it clicks. At some point, you start to see, I made $1,000, I made another $1,000, I made another $1,000, I lost $500. It's at that point that we get to the wonderful part of stage 4, where the equity curve starts to finally showcase that I'm becoming more skilled as a trader. And every trader that goes through this phase, it is an incredible aha moment. It's a relief. It's like a, wow, it's starting to finally come together. By definition, if you manage your risk smart in line with the opportunity scope, you are naturally going to start to make some money every single month in the stage. And this is the breakthrough phase. You get to stage 4, you're well on your way to becoming a very successful day trader. Stage 5, we call this the exploration phase. Now, how I like to think about this, or sort of term it to you, is how far do you want to take things? Okay, when I mentor traders, I say to them, how far do you want to go with this? Okay, every trader wants to go different degrees of far. Some traders will move very quickly from trading 5 lots to 50 lots, and then they'll pause and plateau. And guess what? Some traders plateau at 5 lots too. The difficulty with this phase is that you're making good money at this phase, okay? And the pressure to progress can only come from you. In other words, the only way you progress now is not because you need more money in your bank account, not because, your bills are coming due, but because you're the one that sits down on a Sunday and says, look, I want to progress now. I want to move from 5 to 10 lots because this is the next step for me to take as a trader. Okay, at this phase, the numbers become silly and everyone's psychology will manage this stage differently. Some traders are very content making $20,000 a month, and some traders aren't content making $20,000 a day. It's a very unique stage because the limits are set by you as the trader. And there is very little guidance at the stage because guess what? So few traders will ever get to this point, okay? The expression comes to mind, it's very lonely at the top, okay? Because in this phase, anything is possible, and the only way that you can, make that move, that sort of step into the unknown, is to figure it out for yourself, because no one is going to help you figure this out except for you, okay? Now, it's very special for me to work with the Tradelo traders when they get to this stage 5, because it's the stage that does sort of unlock some incredible insights into human psychology. There really is no playbook for the stage. And it is for me as the mentor, I just have to make sure I can enable that trader to keep taking those steps forward when there is capacity, okay? This stage is very much about, I get the traders to take giant leaps forward, find that sort of comfort zone, get them to settle into that new normal. Obviously it's very discomforting in the beginning, it's very psychologically challenging, but eventually through the discomfort it becomes comfortable, okay? And it's when they've sort of then caught their breath again, they've re-energized, they've got the capacity again, it's then I push them again as a trader, okay? And that's what it is. It's about just constantly breaking new ground and just safeguarding, okay? At the end of the day, me as the mentor, I just do a little bit of hand holding here, just make sure they keep progressing, because at the end of the day, it is up to the trader as to how far he wants to go. Hopefully this lesson gives you some really good insight into sizing management transitions that the typical Tradelo traders have over their trading careers.